everyone, my name is Monique Lumanwan. This is my dog Movie, and for my passion project, I wanted to create a guide on how I created a pleading paper template from scratch using Microsoft Word for Mac. For reference, I am using a MacBook Air version 12.0.1, and I have version 16.71 of Microsoft Word for Mac. So here you can see I already have Microsoft Word open, and the first thing that I'm going to do is enable the Show Hide Updates tool to help me visualize my formatting more efficiently. Next, I'm going to double click into the header and add a text box. To add a text box, you can go to the Insert tab, select Text Box, and select Draw Text Box. Draw the text box vertically from the header all the way to the footer and add line numbers from 1 to 28. Next, I'm going to format the appearance of the text box. So first I set the outline of the text box to no outline, and then I'm going to select all of the text and format it to Times New Roman. I'm going to leave it at the 12-point font. I'm going to align it to the right, and I'm going to set the paragraph spacing to exactly 24 points. Once the text is formatted, I'm going to go ahead and place it into the left margin with the one starting right below the line for the header. And feel free to space this out to your liking. I know that some firms like to add in their own information into the left margin, but feel free to format it in accordance with your own local rules. Next, I am adding in the margin lines. So to do this, I go to Insert, select Shapes, and select the line. Draw the line so that it spans the entire document vertically, and color the line black. And here I'm just placing the margin line right next to the numbered text box that we just created. And once you're happy with the line placement, you can go ahead and copy that line and place a second, and place it as closely to the first one as possible. And this is kind of hard to do when the document is zoomed out, but if you zoom in, it does get a bit easier. And once you're done with the left margin, paste a third line to create the right margin. Next, I am just clicking out of the header and footer into the document body, and I'm going to use the ruler at the top to adjust where the text is going to start and end inside of the document body. And just a little tip, if you want to adjust the entire left margin, you can do so by dragging the ruler at the top of the document. And if you do this by accident, you can just press the keyboard shortcut Command-Z and it'll undo any changes you just made. Next, I'm going to add in the attorney information. You can definitely just type this information straight into the document body. However, I think it's just easier to put the information into a table so that I can more easily control the formatting of the document. This center line dividing the cells in the table isn't too important, so you can just set it off to the side. Next, I'm going to remove the borders from the table so that it appears in the document just as plain text. And for editing purposes, I like to just go to the Table Layout tab and select View Grid Lines just so that I can more easily see the invisible borders of the table. Next, I'm going to work on the court information. As you can see here, our text isn't really lining up with the numbered lines, so to fix this, I go to paragraph spacing and set the line spacing for the document body to exactly 24 points. Yes, I know I spelled California wrong. I'm going to fix it. But local court rules for San Diego ask for the court information to land on or around line 8. So I'm just going to use the text box that we created here up at the top to help manipulate the spacing and have it land right at line 8. Next, I'm going to start working on the caption. So once again, I'm using a table here, and over here on the left side, I'm going to start adding in the party information. Now for the formatting within this cell, you can definitely use tabs and spaces to get it where you'd like. However, I feel that using the ruler at the top, it just helps for more consistency. And on the right side of the caption box, I'm just going to go ahead and add in the case information. And depending on the content of your caption, you might need to use the ruler at the top of the document or change the sizing of your table cells just so that the information can fit more appropriately. Here, I'm just merging the two cells on the right-hand side of the caption box, and underneath the party information on the left is where I'm going to add the related cross action. If you do not need this section, feel free to leave it empty with no borders so that you may use it whenever you do have a cross action. After the caption is all filled out, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the borders and manually add in the ones that I need. Alright, and at this point, I just want to see the progress that I've made so far without all of the editing tools on. It's really helpful to check your progress as you go on so that you can fix anything that looks off before you move on to the next section. Okay, so next I'm going to work on the rest of the document body. As you can see, the little blue paragraph symbol isn't quite lining up with our numbered lines again, so I'll just have to make some adjustments. My paragraph spacing is already correct, so I'm just going to use my table like before. And as you can see, once my text got to the next page, it wasn't quite lining up again. So to fix this, we're going to adjust the top and bottom margin of the document. So under the Layout tab, select Margins and select Custom Margins. And what works for me is setting the top margin to 0.9 inch and the bottom to 0.5 inch. Now the second page of our document looks great. We just need to make minor adjustments to the first page again. Okay, so now our pleading paper is nearly complete. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and work on the footer of the document. So first, I'm double clicking right into the footer, and I'm going to start by adjusting the margins within the footer. So next, I'm going to add in the page number. On the Insert tab, I just selected page number, the page number button, press the Format button, and then I'm choosing the second format option with the hyphens. I'm going to make sure it's center aligned and press OK. Next, I'm going to add a line to the footer. So underneath the page number, I'm just going to type a line of underscores, and at the end of the line, I'm going to press Enter to transform the text into a line. Underneath the line is where the title of the document will go. After you add in the text, just go ahead and format it to 10-point font Times New Roman. And finally, we're going to add the attorney signature box. So to do this, I'm utilizing another table. Here I added a 2x3 table, and in the top left, I am just typing out the date. Next to that is going to be the firm information. In the middle left cell, I'm just typing the word by, and I'm going to align that to the bottom right of the cell. And in the bottom right cell, I am just putting the attorney's name and who they are representing. Once I'm happy with how the signature box looks, I'm just going to remove all the borders, and I'm going to manually add in a bottom line in the middle right cell for the attorney's signature. And here I'm just going in and making the line a little bit thicker for better visibility. At this point, you are basically finished with your pleading paper. You can stop here and use this pleading paper template as a base for whatever document you may need. However, if you want to add in a proof of service to this document, you can certainly do so. So to add in a proof of service, go to the Layout tab and insert a Next Page section break. And once we turn on the Show Hide Updates tool, you can see that the section break is formatted into the document we just created, and we now have a new section. Double-click into the footer of the new section, and at the top, deselect Link to Previous. And by doing this, we can now change the contents of the footer in this section without changing the footer for the first section of the document that we just created. And if we go back up to the template that we just created, you can see that we can easily add more text and pages to this document without it interfering with the new proof of service section. And this concludes my presentation on how to create pleading paper on Microsoft Word for Mac. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this helps you troubleshoot your own formatting issues the next time you need to work with pleading paper.